Hi, you guys. How you doing? I just came on tonight because, like I said, I was gonna try to do a little video tonight because of some things that I discovered. That I seen. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. But I just want to say a couple things before I start talking about what I really wanted to talk about tonight. I seen White Boy Lockdown's video, and this is what I'm going to say. If you're a follower of his and you're on my channel, I need you to get off my channel because I don't tolerate or put up with bullies, and that's what he is. He's on video tonight carrying on, making fun, of other creators. Maybe some of the things that these creators have done, maybe they aren't the best. It doesn't matter. Two wrongs don't make a right. And I'm going to tell you something right now. White Boy Lockdown Radio is one of the most biggest bullying channels I have seen. I have seen him make terrible pictures of women and, fat shame them and make them look gross and talk bad about them and call them names and say nasty things. And here's the big thing. He doxes all these people and puts their personal information out there. You know what? Don and Candace, the Wells family, they're under scrutiny for a missing child. And so there are all kinds of news people putting out, the news actually put out Don Wells talked about his arrest record and everything else. So I don't want to hear it, white boy. The thing is that you're doing the same exact thing that you're saying about others. You're stalking, you're doxing, you got all these little flying monkeys on your channel, and every time someone makes a comment about you or about Don and Candace Wells, they go running to you and send you your little message. And you say that you don't care about these creators and you don't care about none of this crap, but obviously you do because you're pretty obsessed about defending Don and Candace Wells. The parents of a missing child, who are persons of interest, a suspect in the case, just like everybody else is that lives around there, and you're hanging out with them. And you can call, here's the thing, you guys. He calls this hate. Every time someone gets on the bandwagon to be the Don and Candace cheerleader, supporter, defender, hero of the day, every time we get one of these people, I'm just irritated right now. I'm not mad. I'm not crazy mad, white boy. I think you're ridiculous. And I was going to say something to you. Hold on here. The thing is that he's doing all these things. He's bullying. He's making fun. He's doxing. And, he needs to be careful. People told me, some lady on his channel came over and told me that I need to watch out for White Boy Lockdown. Well, White Boy Lockdown needs to be careful because he thinks this is funny to make fun of women. Obviously we know the real truth of how you feel about women, white boy, Matt, whatever the hell your name is. We know how you really feel about women, and that's fine. You want to defend Don and Candace and say, you could discuss this, but you're putting out all their other private information and pictures of them. And I don't care where you got the pictures, but you are showing women's personal photos on your YouTube channel, and you are carrying on about everybody stalking the Wells, bullying the Wells, and this is what it is. Every time someone gets to be their cheerleader, their defender, they gotta make it seem like, well, Don and Candace, these are the victims here. These are the victims. No, they are not the victims, white boy. Their daughter is. And they did have their children removed. And, I don't care how you want to look at it. You can make it look nice. You can make it seem like poor Don and Candace, whatever. But all these people call it hate. That's what I was going to tell you. They use the word hate, these haters. Because when you tell someone that the truth, or when you tell someone something about the Wells or anything that has to do with this case and how suspect it looks, you're automatically a hater, okay? You're a hater. And that's what all these Don Wells supporters do. They have done for the past almost 3 years now. And it's really sickening that people who think they're such big shots, but he needs to be careful because he doesn't know who's out there listening. He doesn't know who's out there bothered by the things that he says and he does. I mean, didn't this guy just get out of prison? Like, isn't he on parole or probation or something? And he's out here bullying people on YouTube and talking trash about them. If Don and Candace don't like the way people talk about them or say things, they can deal with that. They don't need you to fight their battles, white boy. They don't need you to fight their battles. They're not stupid. And they're quite capable, but they don't want to face anything. And you don't invite people to come and challenge you. You just make fun of them and then tag them. You talk trash about people and tag them in it because you're trying to defend the Wells. Well, good for you. But you're the kettle calling the pot black, however you want the pot calling the kettle black. You're doing the same exact thing as what you're saying against. So, whatever. I don't think it's cool that you're putting people's personal information out there. The whole reason that Holly put out Common Sense True Crime, put out that because you were saying crap, I don't remember you saying live. Excuse me. Just slip in and go. Then for every pair sold, Skechers makes a donation to help pets in need. And they've already helped save over 2 million pets.
Well, they couldn't even defend themselves. But
okay. I don't know if you noticed, but I took those fans down that were making all the noise in my videos, rattling. Yeah, I didn't even realize it, and I'm very sorry, you guys, because my wood stove, I have these fans that when they get hot, they're not electric or anything. The wood stove makes them go and, move the air, the heat around the room. Well, sometimes they get really noisy when they get going fast. So I'm sorry, and I apologize for that. But, yeah, I just think it's really bad when anybody does this kind of stuff. And, white boy doesn't know, like when he's picking on somebody, some of us have a lot more money than him and better lawyers and better insurance and all kinds of things. Some of us have been around a lot longer and we know a lot more people. And there's people that watch these videos that are in law enforcement. And I was really surprised that white boy would sit there and say crap about Chris McDonough from the interview room because, you know, he thinks it's cool to talk bad about retired law enforcement. I mean, doesn't he know that people have connections to other people that, no, they're not going to hurt you, but they might, you know, they could do the same thing to you, buddy. I mean, I just think it's terrible how he talks. I have heard him say some really filthy things. I have watched a couple of his videos. I was hoping I would get information. And I even said in my last video that I don't have nothing against him, but I do have something against him. And I just couldn't believe what I seen tonight, because I don't really watch him much. I never did, but I have been keeping an eye on him. Trust me. I keep an eye on a lot of these people. And he thinks he's so tough and he's so cool that he's going to dox everybody and he's going to bully people and make fun of people. Well, you know, he can have people called on him and different things. So he needs to stop it. He needs to knock it off, because I think it's rude and ignorant. And, you know, people who talk, I don't know, I don't know who, if it's really true. I don't think it's true that these people are bullying Don and Candace. You know, I know sometimes people go a little bit too far, I think, and over the edge with their crap with Don and Candace Wells or making fun. But that doesn't give the right of somebody else to this man, this grown, supposedly grown man. You know, when people been in prison for a long time, they don't really mature. They stay the age that they go into prison. So I don't know what age he was when he went into prison, but that's the mentality he has, is a prison mentality. And that's what Don Wells has, is a prison mentality. And if you're going to look up to this guy as somebody special, who obviously does not like women and does make fun of them and does not respect them, and obviously is a bully. So everything he says goes back to him, you know. He needs to look in the mirror and he needs to grow up, you know. I always hope that if some people go to prison and they get out, that they will change their life, that they will do good in life. But they don't. They don't really do good in life because they get caught up in bullcrap like this. And they want to hang around with bad company. Bad company. And Don and Candace are bad company. And I don't care if people say I'm a hater for saying it. If you don't call these people bad company, then I don't know what you would call bad company. These people brought drugs around their home. They had registered SOs in their home, staying there. They were partying and not watching their children. We have testimony from people who said that Summer accidentally ingested meth that their mother left out. We got testimony of people who said that they were stoned and drugged, and especially the day that Summer went missing, the mother was stoned. She wouldn't even come out and talk to the police. And she didn't even want to do media for a couple days. Very strange, very suspect. So if you call discussing Summer Wells' case and her parents and their suspicious activity and the things they've done and put out there themselves, nobody called Don. Nobody accused Don of SA. Don actually admitted, online on YouTube said that he did. And white boy can minimize this or whatever he wants. And you know what? That just makes him look even worse. That makes him look worse as a man if he can minimize that they were little kids. No, his sister, half-sister, was a little kid. And Don was 12 years old. He was a preteen, and he knew what the hell he was doing. And he had sexual problems, and he was preying on his own half-sister and a couple sisters. And I want to say something. I'll tell you what, I bet you Don has many, many more victims out there. I wouldn't doubt if Don has SA'd, like, viciously somebody. No, I can't prove any of that. And he wants to say, well, Don isn't an SO. He's an admitted SO. He's not a registered one only because he hasn't been caught yet. So I really could give a crap less whether you think it's hate or whether you think it's very bad suspicion of parents, because that's my point of view on this. And I think it's very disgusting how he acts on his channel, and he's trying to preach to everybody else, oh, you know, he didn't do nothing. It wasn't even a very bad burn that he tried to get these people, and you know, he's slamming them. He ain't doing crap. He didn't even slam them that bad, but he slammed them enough to make himself look like a fool and a bully. So, and you know, he better be careful of other people, not me. I'm not saying that. He needs to be careful of other people. And that might be bothered by the things he said. And I'll tell you what, I can't wait until Don Wells goes to prison and he starts with his N-word to everybody, and he can just go ahead and act all racial and stupid. He doesn't have to use that word. He knows better, but he wants to sit and fight. And White Boy Lockdown, I mean, what are you doing with the name on your channel like White Boy Lockdown? Really? You like being called White Boy? Is that what they called you in prison? And now we got White Boy Lockdown. You know, to me, that sounds a little bit racist to me. And you defending him calling people that name and saying it on the internet. Don has a rage, and Don just spouts off and runs his mouth and says the most vile things. And there's no defending it. I'm sorry, Matt. There's no defending it. So if you want to, you only make yourself look like a fool. I mean, I don't even think you got 100 viewers tonight to watch your stupid live about, and the only reason I watched was to see how bad you were ridiculing people and bullying people and doxing people. So, you know, you can carry on and say, oh, you know, it's really funny that you think it's okay. It takes hard work you think it's okay to, you know, you got all your little flying monkeys, all your little minions running around. Oh, did somebody say something about White Boy? Oh, did somebody say something about Don and Candace? Did they post something? Let me tell White Boy, I bet you his inbox is full of his little minions sending him bull crap, you know, and then he's got to post everybody's comments online. What a goofball. He doesn't have no content. He doesn't talk about anything, just about defending the Wells. And the way that he defends the Wells is to call everybody else a hater and a stalker and a bully and blah, blah, blah. Well, man, he could be charged with the same kind of thing. he could be reported for the same activity. Because I'm sure people got clips of him and things that he says and done. Because I have heard some filthy things. You know, I'm not really one of these people that messes around and lets you bully me or anything like that. So that's why I said I'm not afraid, because I take appropriate action. I call people. I talk to people. I report crap because it's wrong to cyberbully, and that is what he's doing. And all the meanwhile, while he's bullying other people and doxing other people and carrying on, he's got his money donation screen, little ribbon going across his screen so you can donate to that kind of BS. And talking about the wells. So he's making bank off summer wells, isn't he? Whatever. Such a hypocrite. And so much nonsense. Let Don and Candace defend themselves. You know, they don't have a defense. They don't have one. That's why they need you to do it, white boy. You're just their little white boy. You're their little white boy. You're their little, the N-word. That's what you are to them. Because you're running and doing their bidding while they're sitting here stoned and laughing it up because they know what they did. And I truly believed, it's my opinion, that they did something with their daughter and they're trying to come off that she's missing when she's not missing, when they know full well where she is. So quit calling people haters because they want to talk about how suspect Don and Candace are. That's not hate. Sorry. So maybe some people are hateful. I have no idea. But I do not try to be hateful to Don and Candace. But I do not care for them. I would not say that I hate them. Hate is a very bad word. God said that we should never hate anyone, that we should love one another. You know, you have to love people in God because they're God's creation, but you don't have to love what they do. And sometimes people are very evil, and God will point it out to you. And so that's my opinion, and that's my discussion on that. But don't come over here from his channel, from White Boy's channel, and tell me nothing. I don't want to hear your little crap. I'll block you from my channel. And I will report him if he wants to keep it up. So, anyways, you guys, it bothers me that somebody on YouTube sometimes copies me. And I don't mean to say this in any kind of arrogant way. I'm saying this, that they watch what I'm watching. Somehow they can, when you watch videos on YouTube and they show up in the algorithm, you'll start seeing things in the algorithm that other YouTubers that you follow. And then this person starts discussing what I want to talk about and what I'm going to talk about. And this is the third or fourth time this person's done this to me, and I don't know why. It's because they don't have no content. I don't know, but it really bugs me. I know that. Because it's weird that you want to talk about this. But anyways, I'm going to talk about this. And hold on. I got to get past this.
Bradford White, hard work is in our DNA.
I can't believe how many...
They accuse the TBI of bullying.
I can't believe how many commercials are on this. So you guys, I was scrolling through. I was kind of interested. Well, I was interested in the Holly Bobo case. And so I've been watching all these videos on Holly Bobo. And I seen some videos on the TBI. And so I went and, I just couldn't believe what I was hearing and what I was seeing. I think this is really important, you guys. I think that this may be the reason there may be problems, and this seems like it's happening in Summer's case. But anyways, so the reason that I was thinking about this is that I was really considering, and I am considering this, you guys. This is important. This is important that you hear this. And what I want to say, if you're listening, I really want to get a private investigator to investigate Summer Wells' case, because it's almost 3 years and there's nothing going on. And I think it's possible if a whole bunch of us donated, like, to this, like if we found a private investigator and he said, the person, whoever they are, set up an account and we send the donations to them, to pay for the fees for a private investigator. I would really like to do that. If anybody could help me, because I really think that would be a good thing. I don't think any YouTubers should have any access to any money. I don't think any of this should ever have access to anything except for the business that's getting paid for it. And I think that we could hire a private investigator, because if a whole bunch of people donated even small amounts, we could raise a lot, and we could pay somebody to look into this for us and get more information. The only thing is, you guys, I was watching this, like I said, and this is very upsetting to me, and it makes me want to do something even more, even though I'm leery now after watching this. So this was 4 years ago, and this is somebody's video, Fox 17, called Farrier Files. It's called The Untold Story from Private Investigators on the Holly Bobo case. And this is TBI. TBI, you guys. And I want you to listen to this and hear what TBI did in the Holly Bobo case.
Intimidation and abuse. The Holly Bobo case was ice cold. 18 months after her disappearance, a desperate Karen Bobo contacted a Nashville private investigator named Sheila Wysocki. Wysocki made national news for solving her college roommate's cold case murder 20 years after it happened. Karen Bobo saw her on television and asked her to help with the case. Wysocki and her not-for-profit Without Warning came to the Bobos' house and collected everything the Bobos had gathered since the disappearance. An incredible amount of tips, handwritten notes, interviews the Bobos had conducted, and social media posts.
We were paid nothing. Not one of us was paid a dime. It actually cost us money to work on the case.
Then why'd you do it?
To help a mom. If I were in that situation, I would want someone to help me. And I knew I had the best people that could help her.
2 private eyes, 2 former homicide detectives, and a paralegal. And by Halloween of 2012, they already had a prime suspect. Here's that email. Shane Austin. Beatty agreed, noting that his friends, Dylan Adams, Jason Autry, and Zach Adams, may have also been involved.
It was really clear that I said, if one of these guys did it, they all did it because they were each other's alibis. And I thought that was just, from a layperson standpoint, that was very obvious.
By April of 2013, the group of super sleuths had the A-game, Austin, Adams, and Autry as their main suspects. They had a ping map of Holly's cell phone locations the day she disappeared, and an evidence map. And they had something else, advice from famous kidnapping victim Elizabeth Smart's father, Ed, who told the Bobos, keep the story in the media, and no tip is too small. So that's when the detectives and the Bobos decided to go on television and talk about the evidence they had gathered. They shared theories, recreated the abduction, even drove parts of the ping map, all with the idea that maybe someone would come forward with information that would help find Holly.
These were simply our theories. We volunteered our time just to help a family.
And what happened?
I believe we were stomped as hard as anybody has ever been stomped. They wanted us to go away and shut up. And they did a good job. I mean, they stomped hard.
Stomped by the TBI. First, the TBI attacked them in the media. Without warning, did not conduct investigation to law enforcement standards. The erroneous television reports have led to false leads, public concern, and have wasted valuable state resources, said TBI Director Mark Gwynn. Harmful to the case, misleading, detrimental. But now we know on the very day of the press release, the TBI was lost. The TBI lead investigator believed Terry Britt abducted Holly. They had stopped investigating the A-gang.
I was wasting my time.
Wasting your time doing what?
Investigating these idiots.
And then the TBI admits the magnitude of that error.
Was it a mistake?
Yes, it was a mistake.
Was it a bad mistake?
Yes.
Is it 3 years later you figure out how bad it was?
Yeah. That's right.
Think about this for a moment. The TBI didn't even check the alibis of the A-gang, while the private investigators have the A-gang on the top of their suspect list.
Right. It is very profound to look back and see that we were on the right track.
The TBI was through investigating the A-gang, but they weren't through investigating without warning. They got judicial subpoenas, sent men to Wysocki's home, and interrogated her.
They were intimidating me. They were threatening me. They were aggressive.
All for information the detectives say they volunteered to give the TBI before ever going on television. Wysocki says she spent thousands on a defense attorney, worried she was going to jail. She says they subpoenaed her Google account and got all of her emails, including personal emails, to her family and attorney. Humiliating and expensive for a woman who just wanted to help.
I will not do a case like this again. And I try not to work in Tennessee because I was threatened. And one of the things I was told is don't speed. Are you kidding me? I'm a law-abiding person helping a family, and I'm told not to speed. That's a little over the edge.
And not the only story of bullying in the Holly Bobo case. Remember ginseng hunter Larry Stone? He found Holly's skull. The bullet hole in the skull corroborated Jason Autry's story. This was a huge break in the case. But Stone says the TBI treated him poorly when he discovered Holly's remains.
Then the officer looks at me and asks me why I was out looking for Holly Bobo. And I said, well, I didn't know they'd call a search. He said, ain't nobody supposed to be looking for Holly Bobo. And I said, whoa. I said, if this was my kid or your kid, you'd be out here looking for it, wouldn't you?
Another private citizen just trying to help in a case that obviously needed a lot of help.
I think it's the scariest thing to have that kind of power to say that they were going to throw me in jail and to know that they could do it with nobody looking over them.
The TBI decided not to do an interview or answer any of our questions. I can tell you this, I was the reporter who did the story 4 years ago, and these volunteers had the 4 charged killers at the top of the list of suspects. What they want now are public hearings on how they were treated by the TBI. They don't want this to happen to any law-abiding Tennessean ever again. I'm Dennis Ferrier, Fox 17 News.
Okay. You know, that's pretty bad. What do you think? I mean, what, were they hiding something? Why would they be threatening people that they should not be looking into this? And, you know, it was just really interesting that they were saying, oh, you know, don't put out any information or don't do this or that, you know, because you don't want to mess up the case. You know, just like they tell everybody in Summer Wells' case. And there's a lot of missing people in Tennessee, and they aren't being found. So I wasn't very thrilled about it, and I was upset. So when I heard that, it really I'm just saying it really bothered me. And I'm going to go over here and see if it's in my... hold on. Sorry about that, right here. Okay, I want you to hear this guy's story. I mean, these people's story, what they said, but where's the guy? I need the guy. Wait. So I don't know if you know about Holly Bobo's case, but she was a nursing student, and she was kidnapped by some guy, and then a bunch of guys, and they took her to a barn, and they arred her, essayed her, and then unalived her, and it was terrible. But now the guy is actually asking for a new trial. I seen that in the news. So anyways, the Tennessee Bureau ended up getting kicked out of the case. So there was another guy. Oh wait, no, right here, yeah. Listen what this guy said what happened to him.
The only station bringing you all today's top stories in our first 10 minutes. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for being with us. I'm Jeff Feinfort. The TBI is fed up with an Ohio man interfering in the Holly Bobo investigation. She was abducted from her Darden, Tennessee home last April. Agents with the TBI and the Ohio Bureau of Investigation searched that man's home, confiscating thousands of dollars worth of equipment. Wow. Now, we first told you about Tony Calabrese in June. He runs a group called the Tactical Search and Rescue. Tonight, he tells ABC 24's Jackie Orozco he's only trying to help.
Jeff, Tony Calabrese says he's angry with the TBI. Calabrese says the agents had no right to go through his things and plans to sue a TBI agent who he says tried to fight him.
They literally trashed my entire house. They took thousands of dollars worth of equipment out of my house.
They made us sit there for hours as they went through and destroyed the house. It was the most horrifying thing I have ever gone through in my entire life.
Tony Calabrese and his roommate are talking about what happened a few days ago. Ohio and Tennessee investigators issued a search warrant. The TBI told ABC 24 News Ohio authorities executed a search warrant with enough probable cause to search Calabrese's home on Wednesday for an obstruction of justice case for interfering in the Holly Bobo investigation with TBI assistance. Calabrese claims agents never mentioned the search was about Holly Bobo.
The warrant that they came in on was invalid. I have hired a defense attorney to prove illegal search and seizure.
Calabrese believes TBI agents are angry with him because of information about Bobo's disappearance that he shared with Governor Bill Haslam.
TBI got mad, so they decided to do this. It's an epidemic in Tennessee. There's more women missing in Tennessee than any other state.
During the search, Calabrese says
hear that.
Got heated.
More women.
The TBI did get physical.
The two agents that were from Tennessee took Tony outside, was manhandling him, pushing him, and shoving him.
According to the TBI, there's no agent who goes by the name of Brett Booth. Agents say Calabrese's group is spreading misinformation online.
Of course.
To get people to call them with tips instead of the
police.
Calabrese says that's not true.
I was in daily conversations with Art Rivera, the FBI, out of Tennessee. And, every time that we would get information, it would go right to law enforcement.
There's an $85,000 reward for any information leading to Holly Bobo.
Okay. So, if that doesn't scare you, I don't know what is. So, it makes you very scared if anybody would go be a private investigator in any case in Tennessee if this is how TBI is. And that's very bad that they are using their authority and overstepping their bounds and using the judicial system to harass people. That's not good. And I don't know if it's a power trip or what it was in this case, but maybe they were friends with some of the convicts, you know, maybe they knew the dads, who knows. But why they would give people such a bad time and actually threaten them and use the law against them for just looking into the case and investigating it. So maybe Ryan finds truth, better be careful, you know, because there is some of that crap going on. But now, one more thing I just wanted to talk, and I want you to see what Holly's mother said about the TBI. Holly Bobo's family slams TBI. It was on the Tennessean. Check this out. Sounds familiar.
Okay, I'm here today on my daughter's behalf, Holly Bobo, who has been
I gotta turn it up.
2 years. And so I am her voice today, since she's not here to speak for herself. And first of all, it will never be a great day for Holly's family until she is back at home. But yet for a spokesperson for the TBI, Ms. Kristen Hams, evidently Saturday was a great day for her because she tweeted, great way to start my day, and the coffee is brewing. And then I see a picture of my missing daughter, who has been missing for over 2 years. I did not know anything about this until yesterday afternoon, late yesterday afternoon. And I was in disbelief over it. And so, as Holly's family, people try to...
So, what she's saying is this TBI lady who's in charge of her daughter's case puts a news article out and drinking her coffee and says it's a great day. But it is an article about her daughter missing. And so she feels that this is very disrespectful to her to put that, you know, out in the media and act like it's, you know, a great day. I mean, you're showing coffee, it's a great day, and then show that. That's weird. But anyways, so the mom's upset here, but she's got some things to say. Listen.
Protect us. So I don't think anyone wanted us to know about it. And then one of Whitney's friends tweeted it to her. And
she tweeted it
about it, and I told her I wanted to see it. And so when she sent it to me, I do feel that this was put out without regards for the feelings of Holly's family. I do feel that our family situation has been mocked. I think this type of behavior just adds insult and injury and does absolutely nothing to bring my daughter home. I do expect the TBI leaders to take the appropriate actions for whoever is responsible for this. Our family has been victimized for a long time, for over 2 years. Our family has cooperated fully 100%. And will continue to. And anyone that says we haven't, they are not speaking the truth. We have completely cooperated and will continue to. I do feel that this is just an example of why we do need a special task force.
Yes, we do.
For missing persons. Because I do believe there is a conflict of interest here. And maybe the big picture has been lost. And that picture is finding our daughter and our family member. And so I'm asking every Tennessean, every parent, and everyone that has a heart to please help me get this petition signed and get a task force in here that hopefully will not lose the picture, the big picture, and what the focus should always be until it's never gotten
Excuse
lost.
me.
And that is finding Holly and everyone else that's missing in Tennessee. Thank you.
Karen, when you say special task force, are you saying outside of the TBI? Would you like the TBI to step aside from this case?
You won't qualify. If this is an example of how TBI feels about my daughter's case, then I do think we have a conflict of interest. Because our goal as Holly's family and friends is to find Holly. It's not about anything else. I do try to keep her picture and her story out there. I cannot see a parent of any missing person that would not do that. A special task force would be, you know, are there some people in the TBI that would be in that special task force if they haven't lost sight of the big picture, and that's finding Holly.
What do you want to say about this tweet?
Well, I think it's already been taken down, but it speaks for itself, and the damage has already been done. It's been out there since Saturday.
What exactly was the tweet? There was a picture with it, what was it? What was, can you explain again what you saw?
Well, evidently, she is sounding victorious over an article that she wrote or released that is a part of. And it's very inappropriate, very unprofessional. She is the official spokesperson for TBI. I do feel that it is very inappropriate, very hurtful, very heartless, and very unprofessional.
We received a statement from Kristen today saying this was her personal account, and that if she, what's your response to that? We're saying it was her personal account.
Well, evidently, there's a lot of people that have seen it, and she is the official spokesperson for TBI. And I would hope that, as an educator, I would never put something out there about a child. Especially, we have to look at the big picture here. My daughter, Holly, is still missing. That is a disregard and very disrespectful for a missing person, whether it's her own personal account or whether it's TBI's. She still is the official spokesperson for TBI. Are there any more questions?
Where do you kind of stand on the release that they initially, I guess, sparked all this that they sent out last Friday? The actions of the group
I am here today on behalf of my daughter. Nothing else. That's all I'm here for. Because I did take this personal. Whoever it's directed to, as you can see, my missing daughter's picture is the picture that's shown on the page and was sent out on her tweet. And it is an open case.
What's the nature? Is that the, do you have the petition with you, or is it an online petition?
It's online, and we also do have one that we have printed out because there are a lot of elderly people that do not have an email, and so we are taking that door to door.
I actually saw the petition has quite a few signatures already, I think more than 9,000. So how long has that been circulating?
Not even.
Hold on.
You do go for a second opinion, and we have fully cooperated with the TBI for over 2 years. I appreciate everything that they have done. I'm not being unappreciative of the TBI. I guess one thing that sparked this was the three ladies that were found in Cleveland, and then I went on to John Walsh's website and read that it was very sad that it took him 27 years to get his son's case closed, And how he finally got that close was seeking out a person that had a record of solving cases. There was a statement that came out about sometimes there may be too many cooks in the kitchen, and I do realize sometimes there are too many cooks in the kitchen. I'm just looking for the best chefs.
Is there some dissatisfaction with the quality of TBI's investigation in your guys' mind up to now?
It's been 2 years. And as the sign says, there will never be a great day for us, and it will never be enough until my daughter is found.
In the press release that went out earlier, you guys had mentioned that Helm is married to second in command at TBI. Do you guys have concerns about that?
Honestly, I do.
What are those concerns?
This is his wife. She is the official spokesperson for TBI. He is second in command. To me, this was very unprofessional. If this is TBI's attitude toward my daughter, we have problems.
You're going to take this to anybody else your concerns about this week?
I have already made my state representative aware of it. It's all about finding our daughter. That's all it's ever been about. I have reached out to other people. I have reached out to a couple of PIs. I have spoken to several families of missing persons, some with a good outcome, some that didn't have a good outcome. Their advice to me is always the same. Never give up hope. Do everything that you can. Most every one of those families that I have spoken with have reached out to private organizations, to PIs, and they do not regret it. I'm just reaching out right now to all Tennesseans, all parents, grandparents, anyone with a heart. Please help me get the special task force and hopefully find my daughter.
Okay, so. Oh, I'm sorry, Charlie. Okay. My dog always lays under my feet, and then I trip over him. And last time I hurt his foot a little bit. I didn't mean to, but he lays right where I can walk, and I don't even know it behind me. But anyways, you guys, it's so frustrating to hear this. That this mother went through such a battle because the private eyes that she hired, they all went through a hard time. I don't know why TBI would do such a thing, and I don't know what their motive was. And the same with the other guy. Maybe they did fire the people that were doing that, maybe, but I just find it really strange that there's quite a few missing women, children, people in Tennessee, and they're not being solved. And I would hate to see Summer Wells' case go cold. And so I was seriously thinking, and if you guys got any comments about this, about getting money together to find a private investigator to go and see what they can find out about the Summer Wells case. People around there will talk. I don't know what TBI's doing or Hawkins County's doing, but it don't seem like they're doing a whole lot because, there's just not a lot of pressure on the family who were the last ones to see Summer Wells. And the pressure needs to be on them, and because we need to find Summer. However that is, whether we're looking for a deceased child or we're looking for an alive child, it doesn't matter. I really don't think that Summer was just given to somebody nice or just put in hiding, because there's no way that Don Wells would say the things that he does about her, that she's probably in some motel room with some bad guy being, assaulted for a little bit of drugs. So, and he would not say the things that she's being tortured and that she's somewhere in a dungeon or a basement and she's deceased and all these things. So there's no way that Don would talk like that if she was alive. I'm sorry. And it's been almost 3 years and there's no sighting of Summer. There's no clues. There's no further into this investigation than where we started, as far as I know. And I'm really disappointed and depressed about it. And I just want to ask all of you for your comments, what you think about A Private Eye, what you think about this nonsense and terribleness that they're telling people, oh, don't get involved in this case and you're going to ruin the case by talking about it or spreading misinformation, all the while when they're not doing crap to even find the person. And it took somebody else to find Holly Bobo. And that guy was crying that you seen because they harassed him and made him feel like crap, asking him how come he found her and all this stuff. And why was he looking for her? Well, why is anybody looking? So, knowing this little reputation, Ryan, who finds truth, somebody better spread the message to him to really be careful. Because you don't know what's going on with these good old boys down there. Because that's what I'm thinking this is. Hey, if Tennessee is, if I'm wrong, then Tennessee TBI can prove themselves right by coming out with some kind of, that they're doing some kind of new search, or they have brought the parents in for questioning again. So, because that's what needs to happen, and the property needs to be searched again. And like I said, I just think that we need different eyes looking at this. We need somebody to look into this, that isn't involved with the police, I mean, they could be a retired police officer, but I'm saying we need somebody that will go and talk to all the locals and go to the places that Don is hung out with and Candace and see if they can get any information off somebody, because people eventually talk, especially if they're offered money, So, let me know what you think. Please hit the like and subscribe button. If you hit the like button or comment, it really helps my videos to get shown on YouTube so people can find me and know about Summer Wells and know about this case without a whole bunch of drama, because I'm not into that drama. But it really made me mad, makes me not mad, but irritated and annoyed that white boy has the nerve to come out and dox and bully and cut down women and trash them and put out personal photos of them. I don't care if they had them on their own personal page. You're spreading them around internet for people to bully or use, and that is cyberbullying. And you say you're a channel that's against it, so you're not very smart, buddy. You're not very smart. You may think you are, but you're not. And it's very dangerous to sit and talk bad and do things to people on the internet, because you do not never know who you're talking about or dealing with, okay? So people need to be careful out there. And I don't care if others think that I'm a hate channel, that I'm a hater of the Wells. I don't call that hate when I'm discussing their bad behavior and they have a missing child. And we have no answer. So you can call it whatever you want to call it. I call it discussing this case and talking about the suspects and what I think happened. And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch my channel. If White Boy don't like it, well, he can go, do his own thing. I don't really care. He says he don't watch none of these videos. Well, then all his little minions are telling him every little detail. How ridiculous that you gotta have a crew of bullies to help you. Like a little mob mentality. You don't, all you do, you say you want to challenge people, but then you make fun of them or their comments or whatever. So, he needs to grow up. You need to grow up, and you're not smart either. Not at all. So, you guys, I just wanted to talk to you about this because it concerns me, and we need to see more action in the Summer Wells case. I'm always racking my brains trying to think how we can get more awareness. We got to try to get a hold of some of these bigger news media because that's the thing, I don't know how to get a hold of people, but I'll try, man. I mean, as far as big media channels, how you go about doing that. But I would really like to see different ones, somebody make a stink about this, We need to make a little bit louder voice in this situation so that this case doesn't go cold and so that they keep on looking. And I'm praying they will. And I really enjoy my new vehicle. I'm super excited. My other one was getting older. I've had it for about 10 years almost. And it was time to trade it in. And so I did that. And I love this new little vehicle. It's nice. Very nice ride. I've only had a couple nice vehicles in my life. I've always struggled in my younger years because I was a single mom for a lot of my life with 4 kids. So I really didn't have a lot. And I'm just really content in my life, now, settled and much happier, Excuse me, sorry. I gotta move this over. I just didn't have a lot of things, so, but in the past 5 years, it's been about 3 years now, I completely paid off my house by myself. I try to save money. I am trying to get, things in, a little bit better financially in my life and trying to be smarter about it. Everybody should have goals in their life and a purpose or think about what they want to do in life. That's a problem with a lot of drug addicts and a lot of criminals. They really have no purpose or vision or goal for their life. And they need to decide that someday maybe they want something a little better. I mean, I'd like to save money so that one day, maybe I want to buy another piece of property and have farm animals on it. Maybe I want to go on a big vacation. Maybe I want to do different things. It's really important to get yourself together financially, to be out of debt. And I'm really glad because I, try not to be in debt at all. But I did get this car, but it won't be long and it'll be paid off. So, because I intend for it to be. But anyways, yeah, I'm really super happy about it. Like I said, I've been a poor girl a lot in my life, so I'm happy to be in this place. And it really irritates me. Who is White Boy locked down to say, I bet none of these YouTubers can hold a full-time job. Excuse me? I actually had 3 jobs for all of my life, most of it. I was a clerk for a city. I had a really good job, and I was a supervisor at an in-home care facility. And I worked really hard all my life, and I'm retired. And I worked for what I had, buddy. And I know that you've been living off the state because you were in jail and in prison, and they had to take care of you. Taxpayers did. So I don't want to hear your nonsense. And I'm not trying to be ignorant to White Boy. I'm saying that he's ignorant to other people. So if you want to follow that, go ahead. But don't come over on my channel and bother me about it or say anything. And like I said, if he does bother me, I'm going to bother him. But I'm not going to go on YouTube and bully him or bother him. No. So, anyways, you guys, I hope you have a great weekend. It's Friday. Tomorrow, well, it's Saturday now, actually, in the middle of the night. I hope you have a good weekend. I hope that you remember, the Lord this, Sunday, Saturday, whatever day you worship. And you remember all the blessings and the goodness and the ways that he's answered your prayers and helped you through hard times, and the way God has done miracles in many people's lives. Be grateful for your blessings. Remember him. And also, give me some ideas. I appreciate them. All your ideas and your input. And I'm sorry to the ladies that White Boy Lockdown had to bully. That's too bad. And for Josh, he's always, White Boy Lockdown's always bullying somebody. And that's what I know about his channel. So anyways, you guys, have a good night. I want to find Summer Wells as normal. She's a 5-year-old. She was 5 years old when she went missing. And as far as we know, we have no sign that she's alive. So she remains 5, even though she's had a couple birthdays. Because if she died when she was 5, that's her age. But she went missing almost 3 years ago. In 2 minutes, her mother says, when all the dogs were home, Grandma's home, Mom's home, 3 boys home, and I believe the dad was home too. So, yeah, everybody was around, and Summer Wells went missing from Rogersville, Tennessee. She had shaved head. She might have longer blonde hair. She had blue eyes. She was only 3 feet tall and about 40 pounds, I think. I don't remember. It's been so long. But if you have any information, please call 1-800-TBI-FINE. And I'm depressed even saying that, because I hope to God that they will do a good job in Summer Wells' case. Keep praying, you guys. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Good night. Bye.